Okay. Treasurer report? Okay, so this month we have $1,171 that we brought in from certification fees. That was 2 payments from Kootenai County, a check for $228.60 and another one for $943.31. Our miscellaneous income is from that water line break that a customer did. She pays us $100 a month, and we currently have $725 left owing on that reimbursement. Interest income is $120, and that comes from our bank interest income. Good majority of that comes from state pool. And the water and sewer user fees was about $22,465. That's a little lower than average. Not sure what's going on with that, but maybe people
User fees, Jessie?
user fees.
That's probably because on the water side, obviously it's been wet. So.
Yeah, true.
Nobody's been running
But-
the sprinklers yet. Yeah.
It's still pretty low for bringing in the income versus billing for it. That's not what we're billing for, that's what we're actually bringing in, and it should be higher, but. Then, so down do we have any questions on the resources side of it?
With new construction, wouldn't there be more revenue coming in? There's a lot of new construction in the area.
Well, yeah, definitely new connections would bring us more
Seems
revenue.
like it'd be more revenue.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying is, and that's not what we billed for, that's what we actually received, and it's just really on the light side this month,
That's
so.
odd.
But,
It
you know,
is.
Jesse, if you
Keep
look
in mind,
at
Faye,
it,
they're not watering lawns yet when under new construction,
No,
it has to
but
establish.
they do have their fees.
That's
but
correct.
if you look at the figures though, 5 months of, 1/12, we should be at about 41.67% of our budgeted amount, and we're at 45.3, so, I mean, it's close, but we're better, we're not
Yes,
less,
that is good,
so, yeah.
we're on target for our budget
Yes,
for
we
income.
are on target.
So expenses, sewer maintenance, $22,471. That is rather large for the month, but that's also from that valve replacement that we had, so, yeah, at the triplex. So just pumping the triplex to replace the valve was $4,512. And then RC worst bill valve replacement altogether was $13,878. So in total, to get that done, it was $14,329. Then
But Jesse, we have 16,462 coming from the insurance company on that, correct? The insurance claim that you show.
No,
no, I
no,
don't know.
that was for the valve, that's not for the building. The valve had to be replaced.
And that isn't
And so
covered.
that's not covered by the insurance, that was totally different thing.
Yeah,
So this is for where somebody ran into the.
yeah, that we already did receive the reimbursement
Oh,
for
we
the
did.
drunk driver hitting the triplex building. We
Okay.
got that, yeah,
Okay.
by the way, Bob, you
Got it.
missed it.
No,
Wasn't me.
Yeah.
Jesse, when I said we got the reimbursement, then we pay DKI, is that why we have the check?
Yes, so,
Okay.
when I told you guys that we got that reimbursement last month under miscellaneous income, and I said, usually we get the bill and they perfectly cross on the same month. This month, I finally paid that repair bill, so, we'll see that next month in our
Okay.
sewer maintenance
Right,
fees.
and the reason why is because they couldn't get the metal siding, because everything, the whole
Everything
COVID-19,
was
they couldn't get it,
closed.
so it delayed them doing the work, but we got paid in the meantime ahead of it.
Mhm.
They just finished it about a week ago.
Yeah, and the bill would match perfectly with the quote and what we expected, so everything is just as we expected to see it.
Okay, so it's actually offset on our year-to-date sewer maintenance expense. You have offset what insurance came in. correct?
Yes, it goes under the same account,
That's good.
yes.
Great.
And then we spent almost $4,000 on pumping septic tanks alone this last month. So it's quite costly for the district. Any questions on sewer maintenance? Oh, and usually I send out the transaction detail for sewer and water maintenance in with the reports. I forgot to do that, so I sent it probably about 2 hours ago as a separate email. So if you wanted to see those broken out, or you forget what I said, or whatever, those are in there. They're also available for public records requests at any time. Water maintenance is, we spent about 112 on a water meter cover replacement. 180 for trip charges to turn off customers' water, and if there's no problem on our end with turning the water off, if it's a customer request, we do charge that back to them. So, and that's written in our rates structure that we have, is a trip charge. And then just measly $18 to a company password, and that's for doing locates. So every time Bob does a locate, then we get charged for that. Moving down the list, vehicle expenses was 181, and that's for mileage for Bob and I. That can include me making deposits, running to FedEx to print off bond information flyers, things like that, and then Bob's trips around town. Director fees is 150 for this last month. Dues and subscriptions is $16.99, and that was Intuit, which is our payroll system, and then Zoom, which is the new charge that we've had. And I see nobody's logged on to the Zoom website or Zoom thing, so nobody's watching us right now. Is that something, I know that if we're under, do you?
I would keep it until we actually can have meetings, you know.
So
at the
it'd be
center.
10 bucks a
We can
month,
have
isn't
them
it?
over there
It's $14.99 a
probably.
month.
Yeah,
Really?
it's not,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, yeah, cause you can do it for 30
Oh, that's right.
minutes,
That's
but
right. I gotta just-
after that,
Yeah,
Okay.
so, okay, I'll keep it.
yeah.
Then office supplies is 118. That was for paper towels, batteries, pencils, and printer ink. We've been going through printer ink like crazy lately. Then 7,000 for the system operator, that never changes. Postage and delivery, 231. That is for routine monthly user bills, and then also postage for the bond informational flyer that went out. So that's
So-
slightly higher.
So will that go down when the company takes over for the bills?
Yeah, it gets wrapped up in with their charge
Oh,
for
gotcha.
doing it, yeah. And
How
then,
much is that amount, do you know?
I believe the estimate we looked at was like 81 cents a customer,
Oh,
which postage alone is 50 cents a
Yeah.
customer, so. And then we get the printed off, it'll give history of last year's month and how it
Yeah.
compares, and then you get a return envelope, so.
yeah, okay.
Yep, that's supposed to start this month if they don't jerk me around again.
No more snafus.
Yeah.
No.
I cannot tell you how tired I am of hearing, well, due to COVID.
I know,
You know,
I'm
it's
sure.
like, oh my goodness.
I'm sure.
So printing and production, that was for printing off the bond informational flyers. Bank fees at $12.02, that's the same every month. Office maintenance, that's for janitorial services, same every month. Accounting fees was $1,021, and that was to Mary Richter for some pre-auditing work that we've been working on. Legal fees, $157, that is our last and final bill to Susan Weeks for legal fees.
And what was that for, do you know?
I don't know offhand, but I can get it at the end of the meeting if you're
Okay.
interested.
Yes.
Utilities, 4,500, that's right on target with what we do every month. And then payroll expenses, right on target. So this month, we were in the hole about 15,000. And that was that large sewer project that we have, but that's not routine every month, so.
Who's on payroll expenses other than yourself?
I'm the only employee here.
The only employee
Yeah.
on there?
How much was it? I didn't hear for you.
$3,221.09.
You know, again, if you look at percentage-wise, even though we had that extraordinary sewer maintenance, we're still only about less than 1% above our target where we should be, so.
So we're not going under.
What is our
No.
water budget?
And the water
percentage?
is less. The water is 38.2% year-to-date, and we could be 41.7 and still be on target. And sewer's 43.3, so we're just barely over.
Nice.
January to May is 5 months?
Yes, 5 months.
What were the $11,000 of legal fees? Can you remember?
That
what-
was the 10,500 authorized to pay Kinzo Mahara.
Oh, that was
for-
part of Kinzo.
Yeah.
That was in January? Oh, I thought that was before. Okay. So, yeah, Kinzo was
Yeah.
so 10,000 of the 11,000.
Yep.
That was most of it.
10.5.
Okay, that accounts for that.
Any other questions? Oh, bank balance is currently sitting at 629,000, a little over.
Where does the cleaning fees for the person that
Office maintenance,
office?
$40
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that-
in May.
That's a total thing?
Yeah, and that's solid every month, that never changes.
Great, thank you, Jessie.
So I guess we're in the old business.